Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a little boy is rushed to the hospital after being found in a Hamden swimming pool.
Plus, an Augusta man has been returned to Maine to face murder charges.
And UMaine launches a program to help former students finish their degrees.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories coming up. Looking like a fall day out here. Look at the new background there, kind of getting us in the mood for fall. Certainly felt like fall this morning when I headed off to work. The low temperatures down in the low 40s today. A little chilly out there. Yeah. Good news is we'll have a lot of sunshine heading through the day.
Yeah, we'll have to have a check of that foliage report soon. I know the one Maine department does that.
Yeah, it's not really changing so much around here, just starting to.
Right.
But I'm up in, I bet you around Baxter, you're starting to see some really good conditions though.
Yeah, it's kind of spotty.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for the fall. As we get things rolling out there this morning, we have a couple of advisories to break down, though. Frost advisories indicated here in the light blue, lasting until 8 a.m. as we head towards later this morning. So hopefully you remember to cover your flowers up or bring them inside. If not, they probably got zapped by the colder weather, though, at least in this area. There's also a small crowd advisory posted until 8 a.m. this morning, though, as we definitely have been watching for some higher surf offshore, but we're going to be looking pretty good moving forward on land. Some areas of dense fog, as expected, has developed, though, in a few spots, reducing visibility, so keep that in mind. Take it slow and allow extra time to get to where you're going after this morning. It may be hard to see in a few spots. Otherwise, though, the radar and satellite, I promise this thing is working. It's not a whole lot over us otherwise, so with high pressure right nearby, we're going to stay dry out there today and pretty much all week long. There's no rain in sight at all, as this system here to the south will stay there and leave us alone. Maybe some clouds by Friday, but that'll be about it. Otherwise, moving forward, though, Futurecast showing a lot of sunshine today. Perhaps a few clouds southwest of the state tonight. But otherwise, so we're looking pretty good for us as we do move forward. The wind not too bad either out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour, or less so, really, as we really start to calm down later on tonight and even into parts of tomorrow. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine, temperatures rising into the lower 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. It was a horrible situation in Hamden on Monday. A search was launched after a 4-year-old boy vanished from a local preschool. He was eventually found in a nearby swimming pool and was rushed to the hospital, where his condition is still unknown this morning. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
Just before noon, it was reported that a child from the Highland Preschool in Hamden was missing.
Of Highland School on the line 29 Kennebec Road, he's reporting a missing toddler. I could get you to start that way. You'll be looking for a 4-year-old white male, blonde hair, blue sweatshirt, and jeans.
According to the Hamden police chief, the child wandered into the yard next door from the back of the preschool.
We responded immediately. Upon our arrival, the staff had located the child out behind the daycare center in the area of the neighboring residence.
Ambulance services were on the scene as well, although the status of the child's medical situation is unclear at this time. According to Bailey, the child received medical attention on the scene before being transported to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center.
Any time young children are missing, it's a cause for concern for sure. But he was located fairly quickly, and they were able to get him the medical treatment that he needed.
Police plan to investigate this incident further. It is unclear whether or not the preschool will resume on Tuesday. In Hamden, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, a teenager was rushed to the hospital after falling 60 feet while hiking a mountain in western Maine. Game officials say 15-year-old Kyle Lund and a friend set out Monday to hike Tumbledown Mountain in Township 6 near the town of Weld. The Dixfield teen was hiking off trail on a steep portion of the mountain near the Loop Trail when he slipped and fell. He suffered a compound leg fracture, and rescuers were called to the mountain around 1:50 p.m. Game wardens, along with members from local search and rescue groups and fire departments, all hiked nearly a mile to the location. They secured him to a backboard and then carried him a short distance up the mountain to an open area, and that's where a Maine Forest Service helicopter was used to lift Lund around 5 o'clock last night and bring him to a waiting ambulance. He was then transported to Maine Medical Center for treatment.
Authorities have released the names of 3 people killed in a crash in Glenburn early Sunday morning. At approximately 2:30 a.m., the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to the Phillips Road in Glenburn for a report of a serious single-vehicle crash. Police say a Toyota Prius left the roadway at a high rate of speed and went into a ditch, striking a driveway culvert. 47-year-old Jonathan Ferreira of Levant, 35-year-old Mason Harlow of Dedham, and 50-year-old Carl Vincent of Holden died in the crash. The sheriff's office says the Prius was owned by Mr. Vincent. The cause and contributing factors of the crash are still under investigation.
An Augusta man extradited from Mississippi on a murder charge appeared in court yesterday afternoon. Our Matthew Jaroncic with that story.
34-year-old Andrew Redmond appeared on Zoom at Kennebec County Superior Court Monday.
Yes, Your Honor.
Redmond is currently being charged with intentional or knowing murder. If found guilty, he could serve a minimum of 25 years to life behind bars. According to Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, Redmond is accused of killing 34-year-old Tyler Robinson of Augusta on July 28, 2023. An affidavit we obtained states Redmond and 3 other men allegedly lured Robinson to 8 Shovelhead Lane. The affidavit states one of the men allegedly involved told police they tried to force Robinson out of his vehicle at gunpoint. It says when Robinson fled, Redmond allegedly got into his ATV and continued after him. The court document states the same man allegedly told police he had heard the ATV stop and then a gunshot, and that Redmond told the man he killed Robinson. That same man allegedly admitted to helping Redmond dispose of the body. Redmond was taken into custody on September 11th after allegedly trying to evade Biloxi, Mississippi police officers. After an alleged police chase, the Redmonds pulled over and complied with the arrest. We reached out to defense attorney Steve Smith, who declined to comment. Redmond did not enter a plea but will have a hearing determining bail at a future date. In Augusta, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A Holden man who was charged with 8 counts of gross sexual assault in 2022 pleaded guilty yesterday. 56-year-old Morris Carr was in court where he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of gross sexual assault on a child under the age of 12. The case was investigated by the Holden Police Department in 2022, and the state asked that he be sentenced to the maximum 30 years in prison, given the extent of the assaults and the ages of the 3 victims. According to DA Mark Rotzi, all 3 of the victims were actually below the age of 10 when the assaults occurred between 2015 and 2018. The victims were identified as Carl's step-grandchildren, and a mother of one of the victims did not speak in court. In an emotional statement, Carr shared his remorse for his actions.
I make a mistake, bad choice, and hurt you girls. I cannot fathom what you 3 are taking on me. I should.
Given the severity of the case, the judge decided to hold off sentencing until later this week. Carr will continue to be held at the Penobscot County Jail until a new sentencing date is determined.
Well, a man is facing felony charges after a burglary in Sullivan. According to the Hancock County Sheriff's Office, 54-year-old Dwayne Kane of Sullivan was arrested after Hancock County Sheriff's deputies were called to a residence for a report of a suspicious incident. I believe his name is Wayne, not Dwayne. They say when deputies arrived, they discovered the house had been broken into and heavily vandalized, and a significant amount of property had also been stolen. Some of that stolen property was recovered at a separate residence in Sullivan. Kane is being charged with burglary, aggravated criminal mischief, theft by unauthorized taking, theft by receiving stolen property, and also violation of conditions of release.
2 New Hampshire residents were sent to a local hospital after an Ellsworth police cruiser crashed into them, allegedly while attempting to make a U-turn. According to the Hancock County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened at 12:48 Sunday at the intersection of Bucksport Road and Twin Hill Road. They say Ellsworth police officer Zachary Chandler attempted to use the breakdown lane to perform a U-turn after spotting a speeding vehicle going east into Ellsworth. The marked cruiser then allegedly struck the passenger side of a 2019 Toyota Sequoia that was traveling west, causing the vehicle to roll over several times, according to the report. Ellsworth Police Chief Glenn Mosher says they're thankful that this accident did not cause serious injuries.
Certainly not to diminish any of the injuries that may have occurred as a result of this crash, but Certainly glad that there wasn't anything much more serious, and that everyone was able to, is able to not be in the hospital and receiving any further treatment.
The 2 New Hampshire residents involved in the crash received minor injuries and have been released from Northern Light Maine Coast Hospital. Officer Chandler did not sustain any injuries. The speeding car that caused the officer to make the U-turn was never found.
A Caribou man has pleaded guilty for his role in drug trafficking in Penobscot and Aroostook counties. According to court records, 54-year-old James King and others trafficked methamphetamine and fentanyl in the 2 counties between January 2018 and December 2021. King now faces 10 years to life in prison and a fine of up to $10 million. To date, 8 of the 21 defendants in that case have now been sentenced. 9 of the 13 remaining defendants have pleaded guilty.
The campaign for Maine's 2nd congressional district seat officially began yesterday for candidate Austin Theriault. The former NASCAR driver and current State House Representative, is seeking the congressional seat currently held by U.S. Representative Jared Golden. Theriault retired from racing in 2019 and was elected into the Maine State House of Representatives in 2022. He says he's hoping to bring strong leadership and help change Maine's issues that impact Maine's 2nd district.
It's all about putting the people over the politics, and right now there's no doubt people are frustrated with what's going on in D.C. with the border crisis and record inflation and just the unfair trade practices that have basically took jobs out of Maine for decades. There's a lot of work that has to be done, and this district deserves a strong fighter, somebody who's going to be effective.
Theriault will be running against Dedham resident Robert Cross and current state representative Mike Sobolewski.
Sounds like Golden will face some competition when they head back to the polls.
Sounds like it. Yeah. All right, the time now 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, UMaine's Finish Strong program was designed to help adults return to class to finish their degrees. We'll have the details.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. A beautiful day ahead today, mostly sunny and awesome, with a high near 70 degrees. Mostly clear with areas of dense fog overnight, lows dropping down to the low 40s. Tomorrow, another nice sunny day on the way, with a high of 72.
We get up and go, no matter what day it is. We make sure nothing keeps us from doing what needs to be done, because we're driven by what we love. Milwaukee's outdoor power equipment handles any job, big or small. From trimmers, blowers, and mowers to chain and pole saws, Milwaukee's battery-operated high-output tools will help get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that
your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Good morning, America. Wheel of Fortune has been part of your life for over 40 years, with Pat and Vanna leading the way for every wheel spinning, money winning moment. All new episodes airing now.
Celebrating 41 years of excitement.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, if you plan to travel through Bangor today, the city's Public Works Department wants you to know that they will be closing a portion of Pine Street for road repairs. That closure will extend from State Street to Penobscot Street for the day. Only local traffic will be allowed. Public Works asks that people avoid that area and seek alternative routes.
Some Mainers will have more time to file their taxes due to Hurricane Lee. Because of the disaster declaration by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, individuals, households, and businesses throughout the state of Maine will have their tax filing and tax payment deadlines postponed. If those deadlines fall on or after September 15th and before February 15th, You can get more information and forms at irs.gov.
The University of Maine is launching a new program that aims to help those who took a break from their studies finally earn their degrees. Our Devin Dagnall stopped by campus to learn more about the program.
In the state of Maine, hundreds of thousands of adults have a background in college, but still no diploma to show for it. In response to that fact, the University of Maine is rolling out a program to help those adults get back on track to finally earn their degrees or certifications.
Essentially, we have 280,000 adults here in Maine that have some college background, but they never completed their degree. And so the idea behind this program called Finish Strong is to help them on their journey get this pathway to actually finish their degree.
The Finish Strong program isn't just for Mainers. According to the Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs, John Volan, the university hopes Finish Strong will also help the estimated 50,000 immigrants and asylum seekers with college backgrounds in the state finish their education.
Some actually may have degrees, and so we'll have to look into that for them, and others may have been pursuing their degree and didn't finish, and we hope to be able to assist them as well.
The Finish Strong program will be launched in time for the 2024 spring semester, and it comes with some added bonuses. Those enrolled in the program will be given an academic advisor specifically for Finish Strong and a scholarship of up to $300. After registering for their first course, Finish Strong students will qualify for a second course at absolutely no cost.
For those that need it, we will be enhancing our Intensive English Language Institute, and so they'll get support in that way as well.
Applications for the Finish Strong program are available online, a link for which can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. In Orono, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
That'll be great for an awful lot of people out there that never finished.
Yeah, it's really hard to get over that hump and to go back after all that work.
Yeah, the good news is a lot of it you could probably do right from your home now,
Yeah.
too. Just do it on your laptop or something like that.
Great point. It's a lot different now.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 6:17. After the break, we'll hear from a local couple who works to comfort people after they've lost their best friends.
Plus, you can once again get COVID tests for free. Details on those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
What can your John Deere compact tractor do? Attachments for any job. Financing that's as easy as...
like getting a library card.
Affordable.
You're going to get this bigger tractor, and it's going to be less money.
Dependable.
Through the rain, through the snow, I'll work through it all.
Comfortable.
And I haven't any idea how we survived without it.
Experience United and build a tractor package customized for you.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Lately, we've all had to do more with less. At Chevy, we just want you to do more. So we continue to make affordable vehicles like high-tech SUVs, our strongest, most capable trucks, and the most affordable EV in America. It's how Chevy helps you do more for less. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
Welcome back, everyone. A couple from LaGrange has made it their mission to help animal owners honor their pets when they pass away. Our Jody Hersey has more on the owners of Ashes to Ashes Pet Crematory.
There's a lot of hurting people out there, and we tend to outlive our pets, and if we can help them through it, that's what we need to do.
Jean and Artis Goodine have been operating Ashes to Ashes in LaGrange for 8.5 years. This couple knows firsthand what it's like to lose a beloved pet.
We've lost a lot of pets through the years, so that's all what God put us through to prepare us to do this.
The Goodines walk with pet owners through their loss and sit with them, hearing memories about the joys and even the antics that special animal brought to the family.
Because a lot of people, their pet is like a child. It really is.
And the loss of it just breaks our heart. So when they come in, we weigh the pet, we let them go out and see it again before they leave. We spend as much time as you want with it saying goodbye, knowing that it's going to be with us.
Ashes to Ashes also sells urns, jewelry, and other pieces that hold the cremains of any pet.
Yeah, anywhere from tarantulas on up to alpacas and hedgehogs and obviously dogs and cats, but even goldfish.
Ashes to Ashes has helped Maine families from Presque Isle to Portland and everywhere in between remember, memorialize, and honor their pet after it's taken its last breath. This line of work is not easy, but for the Goodines, it's truly a labor of love.
It's very rewarding. We want you to know about us, so you'll know about us before you need us.
In LaGrange, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I got to tell you, I went through that with my Freddie about a month ago. I had Fred's no longer with us, but they are the folks that handled him, and what a nice way they did it too. They he came home and it was like a little bag with his footprint and some plaster, along with everything else.
And it's a card addressed to you. I had my cat from them too.
But you just get the feeling they really care for animals and they know what you're going through. And when you're going through that horrible time, it's very nice.
It's good not to have to deal with that. Yeah. Yep. All right, the time now is 6:21.
Okay, a little sad thinking about Freddie now.
I know.
All right, let's switch gears and look at our forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for the fall. Alrighty, here we go. Some advisories to talk about here. A frost advisory posted until 8 a.m. this morning in a few spots, so especially in the northern parts of the state because of some areas of frost possible. So hopefully those areas, remember to cover your flowers up or at least bring them inside. They probably got zapped by the frost. Also, a small craft advisory posted here also until 8 a.m. this morning. Now for these areas here because, of course, we're going to be watching for some higher surf at least for a little while yet. But meanwhile, though, some areas have dense fog developing this morning, kind of reducing visibility in a few spots around 4 miles, even 5 miles in a few spots. Even Caribou down to a mile visibility at best this morning in a few spots. Otherwise, though, look at this. The radar and satellite is very quiet out there. I promise this thing is working. High pressure right nearby is going to be keeping us nice over the next several days, so that'll be looking pretty nice for us. So there's an area low pressure right about in here, another one right about in here, high pressure to the north. That's going to be our friend for a while, though, as we continue to remain dry for the next several days. So futurecast moving forward, pretty self-explanatory. A lot of sunshine expected for us today, maybe a few clouds in the southwestern corners of the state, but overnight tonight. Otherwise, for us, still looking really nice with a mostly clear sky. We might notice some areas of dense fog in a few spots, though, as we get towards early Wednesday morning. That'll burn off quickly with the sunshine. And of course, the clouds, very little, though, will definitely be hanging around as we head towards your Wednesday in the southwestern corners of the state. But again, this pattern remains rather quiet as we do move forward into parts of Thursday morning as well. Our average high temperature is 67 degrees, lower 70s today and tomorrow, middle 70s Thursday, back in the low 70s Friday, middle 70s again Saturday, upper 70s Sunday, then back in the mid 70s as we head towards your Monday. And overall, though, we're going to have to start digging this graphic out a little bit more. Not much of the trees are turning just yet. Millinocket reporting around 25 to 45% coverage. Other spots, though, not seeing a whole lot just yet, but I'll be changing pretty quick as we do move forward. But otherwise, for today, though, lower 70s, a lot of sunshine out there. It'll be awesome. With that north wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on time, mostly clear. Maybe some areas of dense fog again. Lows in the lower 40s and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 70s, mostly sunny. It'll be nice out there. With that north wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your Marilyn Monroe Spas extended forecast. So a lot of sunshine for your Thursday with highs in the mid 70s, lower 70s Friday with the mostly cloudy sky, and lots of sunshine Saturday, highs in the mid 70s.
What can I get everyone?
The usual for all of us?
Actually, I'll do the special.
Great choice.
Wow, the special? Look at you.
Switch it up sometimes, you know.
I got 4 vodka sodas and 1 Maine blueberry mojito. So, who ordered the special? I'll grab a few more.
It's time to try something new. For more cocktail inspiration, download the Maine Spirits app.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 Series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reaction, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC7. Sports Blitz brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holdings, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
Planning to dig in your yard with power tools? Call DigSafe first. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. Utility crews will come out and mark where your gas, power, and cable lines are buried. Keep yourself and your neighborhood safe. It's the law.
This week, the Sharks are swimming at GMA to help you with your money. From paying down credit cards and student loans, to how to grow a small business, to how to invest for the biggest bang. It's Shark Week on Good Morning America.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
And now on to the United Auto Workers strike that continues to expand. Members have now expanded the strike to over 20 states. This as President Biden plans on joining the picket line today in Michigan. A massive display of solidarity with union members by a sitting president. ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Washington with more.
This morning, it's day 12 of the United Auto Workers union strike against the big 3 U.S. car manufacturers, General Motors, Chrysler Stellantis, and Ford. In his strongest move of support yet, President Biden planning to punctuate his vocal support for auto workers today in Michigan by joining members on the picket line, a move many believe to be a first for a sitting president in living memory.
They give everything from their pensions on, and they save the automobile industry.
Former President Trump will bring his own message to a crowd of union members on Wednesday. Members of the union are demanding a 40% increase in wages and stronger benefits.
Now, if you take a look at the significant increase in salaries for executives and growth of the industry, they should benefit from it.
The most recent SEC filings show all of the big 3 CEOs earned more than $20 million last year, with GM CEO Mary Barra topping the list at $29 million. The 3 CEOs earned around 300 times what the average employee earns, according to the Wall Street Journal.
Nobody wants to be out here. We want to be in there working. We want to be, getting parts to our customers and to the dealers. But it comes to a point where you had to draw a line in the sand.
On Friday, Union President Shawn Fain announcing their strike expanded to dozens of more GM and Chrysler Stellantis factories across 20 states. 13% of the union's 146,000 members are now in the picket lines. Ford, however, has been spared. Fain saying Ford is showing that they're serious about reaching a deal. In a statement, Ford saying there's still significant gaps to close on key economic issues. As President Biden makes his way to Michigan today, the White House insists that the details of any deal should be left up to the negotiating parties. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
In other news, U.S. M1A1 main battle tanks started arriving in Ukraine. This as we take a look at where the money from the United States is going as it spends tens of billions of dollars on that war effort. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan reports from London.
New tools on the battlefield. Today, Ukraine is welcoming American Abrams tanks. The U.S. promised more than 30 of the jet-powered tanks back in January. And just last night, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky celebrated another form of American support.
There's a historical decision by the U.S. to jointly produce weapons and defense systems, including air defense.
Since the invasion began, Washington has approved about $113 billion in aid for Kyiv. This helps defend Ukraine through air defense systems, satellite and communication services, ammunition, vehicles, and technology to find mines and then clear them. The U.S. taxpayer money is also divvied up for humanitarian efforts like food and medical aid, and in financial support like grants and loans and support for anti-corruption institutions. Plus, the U.S. Agency for International Development announced this summer it's providing 12,000 tons of fertilizer to prop up Ukrainian farmers in the breadbasket of Europe. 20 months into the war, missile strikes still happen daily, like this overnight attack on Odessa's grain storage facilities. Analysts argue Russia's play now is the long game.
They believe eventually political will in the United States and Europe will certainly decline.
In order for the U.S. to shore up continued support from its European allies, today the Biden administration announced a rare $2 billion loan it is offering to Poland to help modernize its military. The State Department says that this is key in strengthening NATO's eastern flank, which of course is on the doorstep of war-torn Ukraine. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
As COVID cases tick up once again across the country, you can once again get at-home testing kits for free. The White House announced last week that it would relaunch a program to offer the tests free of charge ahead of a potential winter surge of new cases. Starting today, you can order up to 4 free tests per household at covid.gov/tests. They'll be delivered for free by the U.S. Postal Service, with the first shipments going out next week. The tests will detect all of the COVID variants that are currently circulating. The FDA also says some tests may show already expired expiration dates, but that some of the dates have been extended and the tests are still okay to use. Health officials say the current rise in cases is still far below what was seen during the peak of the pandemic.
And consumers should keep expecting high payments on most everything as the nation's key rate setter signals what's ahead. The Federal Reserve concluded a 2-day meeting, and financial experts predict interest rates will remain high for the foreseeable future. Policymakers left interest rates unchanged between 5.25% to 5.5%, but rates could rise again before the end of the year. The high rates could mean a new normal of high payments by consumers on their borrowing, but others, like those who save, could benefit from the high interest rates. Makes it kind of hard to buy a car or a house or anything like that.
Makes it kind of hard to pay off anything.
It does.
Yeah. All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, with an end in sight to the Hollywood writers' strike, we can now start thinking about when some of our favorite shows will return.
We'll have details on that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Buy your steak and meats for grilling this summer.
Do you want to improve or upgrade your home? Well, At Home Furniture, Appliance, and Bedding in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has got you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we build with every customer, from commercial businesses to homeowners. We have some of the best prices on the best brands of appliances, furniture, and mattresses, and we even offer full kitchen and bath remodels with a designer and installers on staff. So stop in today and check us out at one of our locations and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable, Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions. Whether you're thinking of getting your first tattoo or building onto your collection of skin art,
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth provides the safest and most comfortable tattoo and piercing experience.
at Disconnected Tattoo, we'll combine your vision with our art to create something special that will last the test of time.
Don't trust your personal body art to anyone else.
Call Disconnected Tattoo today to schedule your consultation.
Or check out our Facebook page.
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth.
Dropkick Murphys Fall Tour 2023. September 27th at Maine Savings Amphitheater with the Interrupters. And Jesse Ahern. Dropkick Murphys. Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com and at Ticketmaster.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. It is also National Pancake Day.
National Pancake Day is so nice, it's actually held twice a year. They date back to ancient Greece, where flour, honey, and olive oil were used to make a delicious breakfast. Since then, many varieties have been created around the globe, including in Indonesia, where pancakes are made with rice flour and coconut milk. I love coconut milk, so I'd have to try that one. Or in Uganda, where pancakes are made with bananas. In America, 62% enjoy their pancakes with maple syrup, while others enjoy them with fruit, peanut butter, or simply covered with butter.
Some people like chocolate chips in them and things like that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to have pancakes?
Just straightforward, regular
Yeah.
pancakes, as long as they're homemade.
Right.
I do like chocolate chips, I do like blueberries, but we were talking before this, I want to try some cinnamon roll pancakes. You glaze, you get that like swirl by glazing it with a buttery, cinnamony topping, and then instead of flipping them, you put a lid over it so it doesn't ruin the swirl, and then you can put icing on top. So I want to try that soon.
I want to try that soon, too.
Yes, right?
Sounds delicious.
Right, and two of
I
my
like
favorite
that.
things, pancakes and cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. Good comfort food.
Right.
All right, on this day in history, back in 1914, the Federal Trade Commission was established. The independent government agency is responsible for consumer and market protection. In 1960, the first televised U.S. presidential debate took place between John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. They learned a lot from that one, too. It was the first time you actually saw them debating on TV, and Richard Nixon was a mess. He was sweating and everything.
Right.
Meanwhile, John F. Kennedy was cool and composed.
But didn't people listening over the radio thought that Richard Nixon was doing better?
Right.
But people
Kennedy
watching
won it
TV,
because
right?
it was an appearance kind of thing.
Right.
So nowadays they use all the makeup and all that kind of stuff.
Of course.
But,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
In 1969, the Brady Bunch premiered on ABC. And in 1980, the Cuban government abruptly closed Mariel Harbor to end the Freedom Flotilla of refugees who were trying to escape to America.
And in 2006, Facebook was opened to everyone at least 13 years or older with a valid email address.
And our lives have never been the same.
I know, truly. Today's birthdays include tennis champion Serena Williams, who's 42 today. Actor Jim Caviezel is 55. And actress Linda Hamilton is 67. You were saying you didn't know who Jim Caviezel is?
Yeah, he's like one of those actors you don't really know his name.
Right.
But he's been in a bunch of movies I really like The Big Red One and other things like that.
Cool.
He played the Passion for the Christ. I think he played Jesus in that and a few others. So he's been around for a long time, but really a fantastic actor.
Cool.
You just don't know his name.
Right.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Well, happy birthday to all of them.
Okay, it's a beautiful day, and it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow, too. I'm kind of bewildered at how nice it is.
Go have some pancakes and get out and enjoy the sun.
Yeah, sit on your porch, do something.
Yeah.
Here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for the fall. As we get things rolling out there this morning, we have a couple of advisories to break down, though. Frost advisories indicated here in the light blue, lasting until 8 a.m. as we head towards later this morning. So hopefully you remember to cover your flowers up or bring them inside. If not, they probably got zapped by the colder weather, though, at least in this area. There's also a small crowd advisory posted until 8 a.m. this morning, though, as we definitely have been watching for some higher surf offshore, but we're going to be looking pretty good moving forward on land. Some areas of dense fog, as expected, has developed, though, in a few spots, reducing visibility, so keep that in mind. Take it slow and allow extra time to get to where you're going after this morning. It may be hard to see in a few spots. Otherwise, though, the radar and satellite, I promise this thing is working. It's not a whole lot over us otherwise, so with high pressure right nearby, we're going to stay dry out there today and pretty much all week long. There's no rain in sight at all, as this system here to the south will stay there and leave us alone. Maybe some clouds by Friday, but that'll be about it. Otherwise, moving forward, though, Futurecast showing a lot of sunshine today. Perhaps a few clouds southwest of the state tonight. But otherwise, so we're looking pretty good for us as we do move forward. The wind not too bad either out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour, or less so, really, as we really start to calm down later on tonight and even into parts of tomorrow. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine. Temperatures rising into the lower 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Hollywood writers and studios have reached a tentative agreement, which could mean the return of some fan favorite shows. The tentative contract will first have to pass votes by the Writers Guild Board and then its members. Late-night talk shows could resume shortly after the agreement is passed. New episodes of Jimmy Kimmel Live and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon could air within days of the agreement approval. But 65,000 actors are still on strike with no agreement reached with media companies just yet, meaning viewers might have to wait for other shows like Stranger Things and Abbott Elementary, since delays are expected between scripts and production. And it's one of those things I'm not sure how extensively it's affecting Hollywood, because there's some movies that I'm waiting on, and I'm not sure if it's just kind of how it goes or if it has to do with this.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports.
Don't go away.
When outdoors, some people like it hot and some people like it cold. However, when indoors, most people like it comfortably warm. Choose a Baderas boiler from McCusick Petroleum Company to provide you with comfortable and efficient heat. They also offer sales and service on many brands of furnaces, boilers, and water heaters. McCusick Petroleum Company delivers oil and LP gas to homes and businesses throughout the Pequot region. If you'd like more information on pricing or service, call or stop by our office in Dover Foxcroft.
Looking to buy or sell your home in eastern and central Maine? Look no further than Melissa Bartlett of Better Homes and Gardens Masiello Group. With more than 25 years of experience in the industry, multi-millions in sales, and 5-star recommendations, Melissa knows the ins and outs of the market, making your real estate journey seamless. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, Melissa's expertise will guide you every step of the way. Your journey to a new home starts here with your Maine move and Melissa Bartlett. Call today and let her experience be your advantage.
Ready to refresh your home? Fall into savings with incredible deals at the Furniture Gallery. Shop new arrivals from top brands like Ashley, Serta, Restonic, Nectar, and Franklin. Fall in love with unbeatable deals like our sofa and love seat sets for only $9.99 or sofas starting at $3.99. Indulge in ultimate comfort with over 150 recliner styles starting at just $2.99. My family and I are committed to giving you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
It is made with bourbon, sugar, and a certain herb.
Mint julep.
Yeah!
Person, place, or thing.
I don't even drink!
On ABC 7.
Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Yesterday was the first Monday of the year, waking up after a Patriots win, and it felt good. The Pats heading down to the Meadowlands in the wind and the rain, pulling out a tough 15-10 victory. Always good to beat the Jets, right? It was a really ugly football game, but the old saying is a win is a win. With the weather and the strength of that Jets defense was pretty much what we expected. The Patriots broke off one big play. It was a long touchdown right there to tight end Pharaoh Brown. But it was a really tough game overall for Mac Jones and the offense. Just that one touchdown and 2 field goals. That Jets fan's going to lose his teeth. And if it weren't for the Patriots defense also shutting down the Jets, could have been a much different outcome. Mac himself will be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah, I knew today that, in the conditions that they were going to do a great job stopping the other offense. And I kind of, was really proud of them because they just kept going out there and doing it to the very last play. And for me, just put more points on the board, and we'll do that. It's, like I said, it was a tough day, but we got the win, and, a lot of it was from special teams and defense.
That it was. Let's stay with some football now. Down in Virginia over the weekend, it was another loss for the University of Maine, falling 28-3 at the hands of William and Mary. It was also another tough matchup for the Black Bears. At 0-4, they faced 1 FBS team and 3 nationally ranked FCS teams, 2 of them being top 5 squads, including the Tribe. With the strength of the schedule, really nothing has come easy for the Black Bears. They've had chances to capitalize, but head coach Jordan Stevens says they just need to execute when they get that opportunity.
But our margin for error is very small, and it is in this league. So, we have to capitalize on times when we need to convert or we need to make a play. So, we're continuing to work that and, have work to do, and we're getting back to work this week.
Right now, a big issue has been the offense. They're averaging under 10 points a game, 9.75 to be exact. We'll hear more on that on Tuesday, but this week is a big opportunity to turn it around. They have winless Stony Brook coming into Orono, and Stevens says they will still have their hands full with the Seawolves.
I think they're sound defense. They're a group that's playing with purpose, playing with passion, and you feel that on their sideline in the game. You feel that just how they play is that this is going to be a passionate group that comes up here.
All right, looking forward to that one. Let's stay with Maine now, and we will just pivot right over to the soccer pitch. There, the Black Bears have been dominant to start the year. Maine sits at 7-0-3, and they are currently in the midst of a 4-game win streak. On Monday afternoon, the America East announced that 2 Black Bears were the winners of their weekly awards. Abby Kramer was named the conference's Player of the Week. She's currently on a streak of 4 straight games with a goal and 7 straight with a point, leads America East in both categories. And Kira Kudzinski was the Defensive Player of the Week. She racked up 6 saves in a shutout victory over Albany on Sunday, helping Maine to its 7th win on the year. It was her 3rd shutout of the season as well. We will hear more from them this week. Let's stay on the soccer pitch here. Some Monday night football, if you will, on the turf at Hamden Academy. It's a beautiful night for it, too. The Herman Hawks are the visitors. They are taking on the home Broncos. Hamden is up 1-0 early in the first half. Here we are. Herman looking for the tie. Leo Ferraghetti blasts one on net. Look at that remarkable save from Logan LaFrance. Keeps his team up. Later in the first we go now. Broncos looking to add to the lead. A little 2-man game between Aiden Saran and Chase Turgeon. Saran fires, but Coda Allen is there for the save. Nice play from him. Second half now, Broncos on the attack. Great spin move by Tristan Downer. He puts it on net, but another great save from Allen. One more try now from Hamden. This time Nick DeWilt fires one. It's up for grabs in the box, but Allen slams the door again. Both goalies great, but LaFrance shuts out the Hawks. 1-0 is the final. All right, and for some other scores from around the area, in field hockey, Belfast over Nokomis in a battle of unbeatens. Belfast wins 1-0. Bucksport over MCI in Class C girls soccer. Those 2 teams at the top of Class C. Bucksport wins 4-2. In Class B field hockey as well, Herman over Piscataquis 4-1. And in 8-person boys soccer, Penquist beats Lee Academy 1-0 in overtime. All right, and finally, some good news here. College basketball season officially tips off on Monday. Around the country, all NCAA hoops teams can officially start their practices. We are just about 40 days out from the first official games of the season. For the Black Bears, both Chris Markwood and the men's team and Amy Vachon and the women's team will open up their seasons on the road. That is on November 6th when the men take on Charlotte and the women Quinnipiac. And then we will really be in the full swing of sports season up here once hoops starts. And I, for one, cannot wait to be in a packed pit for some basketball. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
If you're a licensed technician and ready to get back to work or make the switch to a rewarding career, then look no further, because Ray Plumbing and Heating is hiring and ready to add you to their family today. For more information, visit rayplumbing.com.
Planning to dig in your yard with power tools? Call DigSafe first. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. Utility crews will come out and mark where your gas, power, and cable lines are buried. Keep yourself and your neighborhood safe. It's the law.
Caswell's Grocery Liquidation, where you shop first. Shop local. Great savings and selection. It's worth the trip. You won't be disappointed.
Your dollar goes a long, 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 long way at Caswell.
Nana's Attic started many years ago for me. When I was a young fellow, I used to go with my grandmother collecting antiques and selling antiques. I went on many trips with Nana as I was fascinated with the world of antiques and the history behind old things. They remind you of days that have gone by, but spark memories of youth and hanging out with loved ones that are no longer with us. Now I've made that dream a reality. First with my Ellsworth Flea Market, and now my own store, Nana's Attic and Then Some, located in the old Olympia Sports in Ellsworth, where you'll find treasures and antiques galore.
If you're a licensed technician and ready to get back to work or make the switch to a rewarding career, then look no further, because Ray Plumbing and Heating is hiring and ready to add you to their family today. For more information, visit rayplumbing.com.
Welcome back, everyone. While some kids would give 4-day school weeks an A+, many working parents aren't so quick to give the growing trend such a high grade. Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez takes a closer look at the impacts that shorter school weeks are having all across the country. Some may just surprise you.
For some kids, one less day of school is a dream come true, and that dream is becoming a growing reality.
Everybody in my class keeps thinking on like Tuesdays that it's Monday.
Data from the National Conference of State Legislatures finds roughly 900 districts in at least 24 states are now running on a 4-day school week. This is up from 650 back in 2020. Some districts hope one less day of work for teachers will attract more to the field and combat the ongoing educator shortage. But critics say the strategy isn't fixing some of the more glaring issues.
You're not really looking at the underlying causes of stress in the education system, budgets that are too small, or if we're talking about mental health.
It also comes at a cost for many working parents who now have to figure out what to do with their kids on the day they'd normally be in class. A new study from netcredit.com finds a year's worth of childcare in more than half the country now costs more than in-state tuition at many public colleges.
It's not the school's job to babysit. True, but it is the school's job to provide a quality education.
And while districts with 4-day weeks have longer school days, some parents are worried about the impact on students still struggling with learning gaps caused by the pandemic. A recent study from Brown University finds test scores took a slight hit in 4-day districts. Property values also went down in some areas compared to neighboring communities with 5 days of school. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Very interesting. Maybe tie it on to a 4-day work week. How about that? All right, now let's turn things over to Devin Biggs for another check of that weather forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today and access exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for the fall. Alrighty, here we go. Some advisories to talk about here. A frost advisory posted until 8 a.m. this morning in a few spots, so especially in the northern parts of the state because of some areas of frost possible. So over those areas, remember to cover your flowers up or at least bring them inside. They probably got zapped by the frost. Also, a small craft advisory posted here also until 8 a.m. this morning. Now for these areas here because, of course, we're going to be watching for some higher surf at least for a little while yet. But meanwhile, though, some areas of dense fog developing this morning, kind of reducing visibility in a few spots around 4 miles, even 5 miles in a few spots. Even Caribou down to a mile visibility at best this morning in a few spots. Otherwise, though, look at this. The radar and satellite is very quiet out there. I promise this thing is working. High pressure right nearby is going to be keeping us nice over the next several days, so that'll be looking pretty nice for us. So there's an area low pressure right about in here, another one right about in here, high pressure to the north. That's going to be our friend for a while, though, as we continue to remain dry for the next several days. So futurecast moving forward, pretty self-explanatory. A lot of sunshine expected for us today, maybe a few clouds in the southwestern corners of the state, but overnight tonight. Otherwise, for us, still looking really nice with a mostly clear sky. We might notice some areas of dense fog in a few spots, though, as we get towards early Wednesday morning. That'll burn off quickly with the sunshine. And of course, the clouds, very little, though, will definitely be hanging around as we head towards your Wednesday in the southwestern corners of the state. But again, this pattern remains rather quiet as we do move forward into parts of Thursday morning as well. Our average high temperature is 67 degrees, lower 70s today and tomorrow, middle 70s Thursday, back in the low 70s Friday, middle 70s again Saturday, upper 70s Sunday, then back in the mid 70s as we head towards your Monday. And overall, though, we're going to have to start digging this graphic out a little bit more. Not much of the trees are turning just yet. Millinocket reporting around 25 to 45% coverage. Weather spots, though, not seeing a whole lot just yet, but I'll be changing pretty quick as we do move forward. Otherwise, for today, though, lower 70s, a lot of sunshine out there. It'll be awesome. With that north wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on time, mostly clear. Maybe some areas of dense fog again. Lows in the lower 40s and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, lower 70s, mostly sunny. It'll be nice out there. With that north wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's looking at Marilyn Monroe Spa's extended forecast. So a lot of sunshine for your Thursday with highs in the mid 70s. Lower 70s Friday with the mostly cloudy sky. And lots of sunshine Saturday, highs in the mid 70s.
Ladies, a Maine adventure.
Well, anytime you go into Rennie's, you're always going to find a great selection of toys.
We've got Tonka, we've got Green Toy, lots of dolls, Legos. Get to Rennie's.
Thank you for shopping locally.
From a humble horse and buggy beginning over 100 years ago to a fleet of modern deluxe motor coaches today, Sear North Star Tours wants to take you places. In Maine, throughout the United States, and abroad, we offer tours and day trips to suit everyone's interests and passions. Cherry blossoms in the spring, Prince Edward Island in the summer, trips to the city, trips to the shore, culture, history, music, and more. Sear North Star Tours. Where can we take you?
It was like 8 o'clock, and Rick's not home yet. I called his phone, and there was no answer. My front doorbell rings. I knew the minute I heard the doorbell what was on the other side. They knew that Rick was driving 8 miles an hour, and the brakes were engaged, and the person that rear-ended him just wasn't paying attention. Unless you're looking straight ahead, everything else you do is distracted driving. If this could help one family, time well spent. Nobody should have that knock on the door.
If I don't hear from you tonight, I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than that, you know there's nothing.
A big part of this is it's all about hope.
It is hope. Hope is something I think we'll find a lot of tonight.
As long as you love me.
A man riding in a golf cart leads police on a slow-moving chase in Los Angeles. It happened Sunday night in the North Hollywood neighborhood. According to police, the man stole the golf cart from a shopping center. During the chase, he had a dog on his lap. The man pulled into a parking lot and with the dog in his arms tried to get away. Officers were able to arrest the man. According to police, there were no injuries. And if we watch this video for a little bit longer, we get to see how many police showed up for this one guy on a golf cart and with the dog. And at one point, one of the officers pets the dog, and I find that hilarious.
Oh, the guy's running away with the dog there.
And we could let it go, but it's okay. The funniest part to me is that they bring in the news in LA, brought in the helicopter to cover that.
Well, they had a little chase going on there, and must have been a slow night or something. But
I guess they just are so hot to use the helicopter over there.
Guy's
it's
just
crazy.
out cruising around with his dog.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't steal
Have
things.
Have a great day.
Bye.